This album is not about Benny Goodman. It's about my love for Benny Goodman. This project deals with something from my childhood. It has to do with the music that I was listening to when I was a kid, when I first discovered how open music could be. I'm exploring my childhood fascination with Louis Armstrong and with Benny Goodman and all this early jazz, but I'm not trying to recreate that music. I'm really trying to reimagine it in a new direction and share myself and create something that relates to our time that we're living in right now. Benny Goodman really caused a big spiritual awakening in this country, which we call now the swing era. In the midst of the Great Depression, Benny Goodman was going on a cross-country tour, and everywhere that he played, people didn't understand it at all. And finally, they were going to call it quits, but they kept on playing their music. When they got to the Palomar Ballroom in LA, it just blew up. That moment, August 21st, in 1935, is really the moment that sparked the swing era. He played for the first time at Carnegie Hall, the first jazz musician to play there. And he really brought the music to new audiences that weren't expecting this music at all. All of a sudden, the rhythms that came from Black America, like swing, the sounds of the blues and the wail of the Jewish prayer, found their way through his clarinet into every record player in every household in the US. When I look back at what Benny Goodman was doing, he was really challenging a society that was very segregated at the time. And he brought forward the first interracial mainstream commercial band that America had. He really gave a chance for musicians like Lionel Hampton, Teddy Wilson, Billie Holiday to come forward with their voice and sing. When Every Voice Shall Sing is a tune that I wrote that's really a reminder that this struggle is something that keeps on going. I think music is the way to make sure that we all understand that every voice has a role to sing in this society. Matt Wilson is just a phenomenal drummer. He and I work together in a lot of different contexts, and what I love about him is he can really swing, but he can also really open up. I was talking to Jason Moran and I asked him who he felt could do that stride thing, but also really play very open. And he thought of Sullivan Fortner. Sullivan and I got together, did a little duo gig, and he was like, immediately there was this great connection. Steve Nelson on Vibes is rhythmic force. The way he plays his lines is just propels the rhythm forward and forward. And he's also such a beautiful melodic player.
You had plenty money.
I invited my dear friend Charnay Wade on the album.
Other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do?
And what I tried to do is do something together with her in the tradition of great vocal duets.
Get out of here, get me some money too.
Except in this case, the clarinet was one of the vocals. I love the way that we all kind of interact with each other. It's a lot of fun. Every time we play it, it goes in a different direction. I'm going to play for you guys a tune now that I wrote when I was listening to Benny Goodman's version of Lady Be Good. And so what I did was I just focused on this one little intro that he had. Took the melody and flipped it around, did all kinds of stuff with it, and ended up with this tune that we call Be Good Lady. So this is the Be Good Lady.
So interesting. It's really, Lady Be Good is in there, but it's hidden in there in a really cool way.
I like to see what people do with ordinary things, so it's kind of interesting to see when you take something like that and take an ordinary subject and make it really personal.
I think people think of music as being old or being new. But for me, the only way to make fresh and new music is by reaching deep into what came before us.
The heart and soul of what Benny Goodman and Teddy Wilson, Gene Krupa, and Lionel Hampton stood for. Supreme musicality, supreme camaraderie, you know what I mean?
Part of what I like to do with my music as well is go beyond just the core jazz audience that loves jazz, but really reach new audiences, and new audiences all over the world that might be fresh to this music, but really react to it as just music that moves everybody because it swings, because there's melody and there's rhythm and it's fun.
Fun, big fun.